robust urban garlic flavor.
Hello everybody, we are here for some DSP happy time because whenever something new that gets rolled out that DSP thinks will make him more money, he gets very happy and he has to tell us in excruciating detail what exactly it is. So let's hear Phil talk about his new Kick improvements, even though it's basically them copying Twitch. And you know what every other live streaming service has.
Kick has just launched 2 new initiatives. For those of you who are watching tonight on Kick, Initiative number 1, you can now set a goal for subs, and you can actually set a time period within which you're trying to hit said goal.
Mind you, his Kick audience at most is like a quarter of the size of his YouTube audience. And also, he's not even doing this to address the people on Kick. The reality is, he's addressing the YouTube whales that migrate over onto Kick and gift subs. Because now, not only can they gift subs, they can actually give him like a super chat in Kick formation.
What can I do you for?
Can I borrow a penny?
A penny? Sure! Sorry, I'm out of pennies right now.
On a whim tonight, I just set it up and said, hey, let's get 50 subs by the end of Thursday. Now, I might have set it up wrong. I might have set it up, I meant to say end of Wednesday. I might have set it up to say that we need to hit 50 subs by the beginning of Wednesday because it's not clear when you set it up how it works.
Well, you will find out, and I'm sure you may be able to edit that or actually look for things in Kick support that tells you what to do. But knowing you, you're probably beta testing this with your audience for like 12 hours.
All right, so that's number 1. So, hey, if you get some subs, we're working towards that goal. Let's see if we can hit that within the next couple of days. But in addition, there is now a new thing on Kick called Kicks, which is the equivalent of what bits were over on Twitch many years ago. Remember when I used to be on Twitch? Yeah.
Alright, what is going on everyone? Phil here, and welcome to an update vlog. So, a lot has happened in the past week. What I want to do in this video is clarify for you everything that's going on. There's basically 3 big updates I have for you. Status of YouTube and DSPgaming, status of Twitch streaming, because there's good positive updates there. Boy, I can't wait to tell you about the results of that. And the results of Teespring, the launch of my Teespring shop. Let's go first things first. As of this morning, DSPgaming, my main channel on YouTube, has been unpartnered. There are no ads on any videos on DSPgaming, and sadly, I knew this was going to happen. As soon as the managed partnership protection ended, immediately I was hit with 1 million content ID claims. Any game that I've played on DSPgaming, all those playthroughs are going to get flagged for content ID, and either ads will play on them, but I won't get money for it.
So the system is, if you take a look right now at the bottom of your chat rooms on Kick, okay, if you're watching live, you should see a little thing that looks like a house. That's actually the store. And it looks to me like it's a house though, but it's supposed to be a store. If you click on the store, you can buy Kicks, just like you used to be able to buy bits on Twitch. And then you can send Kicks to the streamer, and I keep all of them. Just like on Twitch, I keep anything you send me, and 1 Kick is 1 penny.
So, no penny, huh?
Nope.
Darn.
So 100 kick. A 100 kick, that sounds weird, doesn't it? But yeah, a 100 kick gets $1. 1,000 kicks is $10. There you go.
So tonight, we're going to see how this works if anyone actually does it.
Come on, suckers. You heard Daddy Phil. It's time to pry open your piggy banks and give him all your spare change.
We'll get to see how it works, and we'll get to see if it, like, redeems or if it saves or how it all works. I don't know. We don't know if it's going to appear on the screen or what. The thing is, this is literally brand new.
Phil, you talk about money and how to give you money and how to click the right buttons to give you money all the time. This is nothing new. It's not a new concept for them to explore. They get it. They can figure it out on their own. You just think they're really stupid and say, hey, if you don't know exactly what to do, I won't get money tonight. I can't have that. Like, the only issue I could see is like if somebody was watching on mobile, but you know, because mobile's a little different from desktop, but c'est la vie.
It just happened. So because of that, it doesn't integrate with anything. There's no way I could have a pop-up on my stream for it or anything yet because nothing works yet. Okay?
Yeah, but here's the thing. The LARPers aren't going to spend money unless the pop-up is like 1 kick. They're not going to spend even 100 kick on just giving a troll message to you, Phil.
That's right. And the best part is, admission is only 1 penny.
So there you go. Will we get any kicks tonight? I don't know. I don't know how it works, honestly. But wait, someone did. It was 30 seconds ago, did one, but I didn't see it. I can't see them. Where are they? There's one. See, this sucks. Like, they're not in the chat. Do you guys see them in the chat? I don't see them in the chat. Well, that sucks. Because I'm not going to know when they come in at all. You guys are going to have to tell me if they come in so then I can check my leaderboard. They show up in chat for you? They're not showing up in chat for me. Hold on. Reload.
Don't worry, guys. He just doesn't see it yet because his brain doesn't process how fast the kick chat moves. So there's going to be some buffering and some loading. Just hang in for that.
And you guys, where do you see them? How do they look in chat? Refresh the browser I'm using. I did. And it did. Now the store is there, but it's still not showing this in chat. Okay, now it's there. It sent 100 kicks. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. That's the equivalent of $1. Okay. Sent 50 kicks, but that's not big enough to register on the leaderboard. I only record dollars.
Like, just with this thing is, say, if somebody said, okay, I'll give you 50 kicks right at the beginning of the stream, and then somebody gives 51, like, that could actually be funny, and you'd actually be making money a little bit. Like, say, if they went from 50 to 100, that adds up, Phil. Make it a game for the LARPers, and maybe they'll pay a little, and that little will add up. But, you know, I think he just won't do that because it'll just be a major time waster. Because, okay, you put this extremely long name on the leaderboard, and then you type it in. I don't know. And honestly, if he was being fair to his YouTube audience, a super chat, even though you can send a super sticker for 99 cents, a super chat costs $1.99 minimum to have text. So, you know, the minimum should be like 200 kick. Even though if you just account for like take home, it would probably be like 150 kick.
And then we have another 100 kicks. And then it looks like that's a 10 kicks. And then sent 1 kick. Yeah, look at this. So yeah, I'm only going to respond to 100 kicks or bigger. That's it. I'm not going to respond to one kick, 50 kicks. Because that's the thing. That's what people used to do on Twitch. They'd send me like 1 big. And I'm like, I'm not going to read that. Okay? So what we will do is we will do 100 or more. Just like right now I do with tips and everything. It has to be 100. It has to be the equivalent of $1. So if someone sends 100, let me know and I'll do a shout out.
Let me know, chat. Let me know that somebody gave me money. I'm too focused on this game, staring intently, even though I spend every 5 minutes scanning the chat for contributions for like 30 seconds or more.
So it actually sent 2 100 kicks. So that's the equivalent of $2 of support. Maybe what someone should do, try to send the maximum amount of kicks allowed in 1 kick and see if you can add it a message on it.
Oh, here we go. The return of Sir Begs-a-Lot. Remember, guys, he's just joking. Anytime he asks you for money, he is completely joking. He's totally not serious, except he actually is.
Whatever the maximum is, I believe someone said it's like 50,000 or maybe like 5 million. Try to send a 5 million kick and see if you can put a message on it. Let's do a little test right now. Let's go.
I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis, tip me, so I could catch up on back taxes.
The first few smaller ones you can't, but the larger size you can. Okay. You have to do the larger kicks in order to put a message on it. There you go.
I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis, tip me, so I could catch up on back taxes. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money.
Gatekeep the stream until we get a 50,000 kick. I won't start the game. That's messed up. I'm not doing that.
I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis, tip me, so I could catch up on back taxes.
The highest one is 50,000, which is $550. It is not. This is going to work just like Twitch. You have to understand kick copies Twitch. So 1 kick is a penny for me. The reason that you're seeing it's more expensive is because that's what kick is taking as profit. So let's say, for example, you buy 100 kicks, it's $1.09. Kick's going to keep that 9 cents. But when you gift those kicks, I'll get them all and they'll count as like $1. Do you see? That's the profit they're going to make. So if you did a 50,000 kick right now, I'd probably make, what would that be, $500? That's what it would be. So 5 million would be $5,000, right? No, 5 million would be $50,000. There you go. So I was trying to wait to build up attendance a little longer before we started because I'm in no rush, but it doesn't seem to be working. Can we see someone tonight? Could someone gift a sub and see if it works towards that goal that I set up and how it works?
The thing is, any streamer with Phil's size audience wouldn't have a problem getting that sub. It's just Phil needs to beg to immediately get his instant gratification. He just doesn't want to wait an hour for somebody to do it.
The subscription goal just updated for me. So now it says I have 1 of 50. So I'm going to try to hit 50 subs by the end of my streaming week that ends on Wednesday night. So that's tonight's stream, 2 streams tomorrow, 2 streams Wednesday. Hopefully we can get 50 subs by the end. We probably won't because almost no subs have been coming through. But it would be great to get some subs, or if you want to use this new Kicks system, that's cool too.
Look, guys, if you just want to give Phil money to give Phil money instead of just because you find him entertaining, then go for it. It's what Only Ice Coffee does. You should too. You don't even have to watch the stream. You can just send a tip. You don't have to watch ever. Just send a blank check in the mail to Philip Paul Burnell, and everything will be hunky-dory.
So now, just like I said, attendance will now dwindle. We're going to go down to like 150 or less on YouTube. I bet we'll go down to like 50 on Kick, even though we had 120. Watch. But guys, I mean it now. Support this stream right now. I mean it. I don't want this game, which I love, and I want to share with you. I want to share my passion for gaming with you. I want you to support this stream to show that every one of you that says, just play what you love, you should be here right now supporting Suicode N2.
No, I'm not going to do that, and I will explain to you very concisely as to why I do not like 3-minute panhandling sessions. With the exception of most of yours, because I do like mocking them, but like if I was just watching it in general and not making a video about it, no, absolutely not. No enjoyment there.
Because if you say that's the best course of action, then you should support what you think is the best course of action. And that's the problem. People talk, but they don't act.
Yeah, you're right. I do run my mouth all the time, but here's the thing, Phil. The impetus is not on me to support you just because I give you advice. The impetus is on you to convince me and other people to give you money, which, you know, I'm too smart for you, so that's never gonna happen. But other people, your actual fans, you gotta convince them in ways other than this.
So they say, just play whatever you want, you'll be successful. Well, I'm doing that literally right now. I'm about to play Suicode N2, which I want to play. Now support Suicode N2.
That's not how it works. And the idea of playing games that you want to play is that it will bring the best out of you. But the reality is you kind of need to find a synergy between what you want to play and what your audience will support financially. If you had a larger support base, you would be free to pick more games. You would have a wider variety because you wouldn't be relying on 5 people to fund the entire stream. So yeah, if you actually had positive gameplay that was actually entertaining for your fans instead of berating them constantly, you could have been very successful. But you jumped off the gravy train long ago.
Get it? You need to put your money where your mouth is. You need to support these things, or else I can't do that. I want to play more games that I like, but I need people to actually show up for them so that I can play them. So do it right now.
Dude, I'm not convinced that you like any games besides Super Street Fighter Turbo 2 or Capcom Collection or whatever it is. From my perspective, I see a man who is not happy with what they're doing. They're burnt out, but they continue to do so out of stubbornness and because they know if they get a real job, their income would be slashed in half at least.
Let's go. Let's get a super chat. Let's get a sub. Let's get a membership. Let's get a tip. Let's get some kicks. Corpse Fire says the game's very boring, though. Well, then shut up. I don't care. You say I should play what I like. I like this game. I don't find it boring, so I'm going to play it.
Here's the thing that is critical. You have to make the stream entertaining. It doesn't matter if the game is exciting or not. You are the ringmaster. You are the person who has to make sure that your fans are happy. And you never consider, hey, what do my fans want me to do today? How do they want me to act? Do they want me to talk when I'm playing games? Do they want me to interact with them? You're just thinking, money, 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 money.
And you're going to support it. Or else shut up about playing what I like. I'm tired of hearing the...
The major variable that we're not talking about is that Only Iced Coffee does not like this playthrough. How do I know? Because goals aren't being hit. If a whale doesn't support a game, Phil doesn't hit the goal. That's just what happens. He doesn't have a wide enough audience to hit those stream goals. It's just a fact.
See, you don't like it when I speak facts. When I speak rational fact, you don't like that.
Phil, you're not talking about facts, you're just talking about your opinion. We do know the goals get hit when a whale comes in and gives you a ton of money. It's not a bunch of small contributions that get you to the goal. It's the whales. So the whales are not supporting this playthrough. Something just isn't clicking with them.
Well, everyone says just play what you want and you'll be successful. Okay, I'm about to. Run for the hills, everyone. He's playing Suikoden. Oh! Then shut up. Then don't say that. But people keep saying it. And I keep saying that's not reality. That if I just played what I wanted all the time, I wouldn't be successful. And it'd be, oh, no, that's just because it's your attitude. It's this, that. No. You want to know what it is? It's the troll pieces who scare people away who like this content. Because there's a ton of people who like this, but they won't show up to my streams because they're of the impression if they show up, they're going to be harassed.
Yeah, it's all Tevin's fault, guys. Phil, you lost me the moment you started to bring the trolls into this. There's not like 1,000 people out there that are just holding their piggy banks, waiting to give you money, but are scared to do so because of trolls. They can tip you on PayPal anonymously. They can make a sock account and super chat. They can make another sock account on Kick and gift subs. The reason why you have issues with this playing well is because you don't put any effort into your streaming. You stream way too much and we can see that it drains you. Also, your life outside of streaming doesn't seem to help you with this. You just seem tired and angry all the time and you're only happy when you're getting showered with money. Newsflash. Your fans don't care about you being happy when you're showered with money. They care about the 95% of the other stuff that happens on the stream. That's where you make the money, Phil, by entertaining.
Which probably isn't far from the truth. Let's say someone really likes this game and just happens upon my stream. Oh, I want to send Phil $10. Now they get harassed for it. So why would they want to come support my stream?
But you're not accounting for like the other hundreds of people that could be on your stream if you actually entertain them. You just seem to have a filter where you don't account for people who just hang out on your stream but don't give you money.
I've never experienced that before on anyone else's stream. You're right. I'm the lucky one, right? Who gets this vortex of mentally deficient weirdos who won't leave my viewers alone.
Yep, it's called feeding the trolls. And why do the trolls do that? Because they know you have no other source of income besides live streaming. So they want to make you lose a lot of money. I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying that they do it.
I should be able to play what I like and have a positive audience. I'm not allowed to because of these.
Yeah, that's what happens when you've been constantly feeding the trolls for years. It just grows and grows and grows and it snowballs. And you like the way it is because you keep doing the things that feed the trolls, and you know it does. At least a part of you does. But you don't care because you want to continue begging. And believe it or not, Philip, there are people that give you money that the trolls don't talk about. Probably because if they're connected to any other apps and like they find their Twitter, for instance, it's probably just boring stuff. The trolls do stuff like that because they're finding things that are kind of odd. Because a lot of people in your audience are just not all there.
You want me to speak matter-of-factly? That's the truth. It's these bags who ruin everything. I can't have a positive audience. How could I?
Wow, so what do you call your fans that have stuck by you on in your YouTube chat right now? Are they not positive, Phil? Are they toxic too?
In fact, think of it this way. When you come to my stream and you make fun of me, well, now you're protected. Now you know that bags won't come after you.
But then it's a catch-22 situation because then you ban them.
So I want you to think about that. How up that is. And when people come and say, cultivate an audience, I can't.
Yeah, you can't because you'd have to fundamentally change how you stream. You would have to stop begging and actually be entertaining and not say, use your humor that you have that is offensive to other people. You can't do any of those things. Or you refuse to do that because it's too much effort for you.
You can't cultivate an audience when you have toxic. That's like saying, just make a nice greenhouse, cultivate the plants. So you start growing plants, but someone is putting poison gas into your greenhouse and you have no ability to stop it. There's no way to ventilate the greenhouse. So So everything you're growing, you're doing right, and it dies anyway.
That is not the reality of what is happening here. You are the person pushing poison into your plants. You're not growing anything. You're just trying to salvage what you already have. You are the center of this Snortex. You are the center of toxicity. It is all on you. If you stop being the way you are, the trolls would lose interest and move on to somebody else. But you refuse to even acknowledge that that's a possibility, so you just keep going the same way you've been doing. As long as you beg ridiculously and rant ridiculously and whine ridiculously, the trolls will continue to follow and this circus of insanity will continue.
So instead of yelling at me and saying I'm doing everything wrong, how about this? How about you stop being part of the poison and you start being part of the positivity? How about you stop watching the streamer, the piece who steals the content to try to be like I'm the devil when you know I'm not. You know I'm not the worst person on the planet.
The problem that Phil doesn't get is he doesn't realize this is exactly what the trolls want him to do. This is what they come for. They come for the freakouts. They come for the rage. They come for the begging. They come for the crash outs. They don't come for the chill positive stuff. If he actually played the games and just shut up about money and shut up with his stupid things about the trolls, he would have a much more positive environment around him.
With all that's happened in the last several years with content creation, you know I'm far from it. I may be your favorite guy to make fun of, but I'm certainly not the worst content creator. You know that.
Okay, Phil, you're never gonna hold yourself accountable for scamming your fans. We're just gonna hand wave that yet again. This is what he does. He does the moral relativism thing to justify every single thing he does. He's like, look, guys, I'm not the worst person ever. They are. Therefore, I can do whatever I want. I detest people like that.
So instead of that, instead of saying the awful thing like, it's your fault because you're not cultivating the audience. It's your fault because you're not playing what you love.
Oh, so it's awful to criticize you? We should just be praising you 24/7, even when you make decisions that don't make any sense to us? Yeah, if people did that, you would never be a better content creator. I mean, you're still not going to be because you don't even put a modicum of effort into it, but yeah, you grow from criticism, Phil.
So then I play what I love and I try to cultivate an audience and it doesn't work because of the trolls.
No, it's because you have a long history of toxicity where everybody knows not to watch your streams. Also, YouTube flattens your stream potential because they know your videos are boring. You unleash so much garbage onto the YouTube algorithm where YouTube's like, yeah, we're just gonna put this on a deprioritized server and just hope nobody ever sees it.
So why don't you stop the bull?
You should go look in a mirror and tell yourself that, Phil.
Why don't we live in reality for once instead of this fantasy world of rainbows and unicorns and leprechauns dancing on pots of gold that doesn't exist? What exists is reality here, where I'm doing the best with what I've got, and I try to do things that I like, and they don't work. There's nothing I can do about that, because I'm not the one in control, you know?
Ooh, we had a little bit of a breakthrough right there. But the trolls aren't the ones in control, Phil. It's the whales. The whales decide what you want to play more than you realize because you rely on hardcore begging tactics. And when you do that, nobody's going to support except for the whales. You are in control, but you're just not self-aware. If you were self-aware, you'd be able to seize the reins. But since you aren't, the whales are just going to play with you. And then they're going to give you money when they feel like it.
It sucks. I wish that these businesses would clamp down on this garbage, because if people wouldn't basically steal my and harass the viewers, then I'd be fine.
Yeah, Phil, because you are not a big corporation. You are worth pennies to YouTube, if that. You're probably worth like half a coupon. You just don't fundamentally understand what brings trolls out of the woodwork. And that's the issue that you've been constantly having to deal with them for years because of it.
I'd be able to play games like Suikoden, right? But I can't, because then it doesn't work, right?
Earlier this year, your Suikoden playthrough was so successful because the whales supported it that you decided to do a playthrough of Suikoden 2 because they hit rewards for it. So even then, your logic doesn't make any sense.
And it's hilarious because every time that I talk fact, the actual freaking out and spurging of the detractors begins. Because it's kind of like you don't want to ever look at your own reflection, so then when you get talked to with facts, you can't handle it, so your head fries, because they're spurging out right now in the Kick chat. They can't take the facts that I'm spewing.
If I had to take a guess, I think you are misinterpreting what's going on in your Kick chat. I think they're having a field day over this. You are feeding them delicious salt, Philip.
They're like, instead, they're like, oh, no, it's this. No. You just can't handle facts. You don't like facts. You like your narrative, this cozy narrative that you've created around yourself, this blanket of weirdos and really mentally deficient people that you wrap yourself in every day to make you feel like you're normal. You're not.
Oh, Phil, I absolutely know I'm not normal. I'm just more self-aware about it than you are. And isn't this supposed to be a gaming live stream? Like, why are you on the game title and just ranting about trolls and such? If somebody happened to find your stream and they just walked in on this, they're like, what is going on? Who is this man?
You're not normal. You come and you harass my viewers. You try to harass me and my family. You're not normal. You're the problem with human existence, actually.
Well, I don't do any of that or condone any of that unless you consider constructive criticism of you and your whales to be that. But you probably do, let's be real.
Right? You are. These people are so weird. The way that they behave, they're not normal humans. You're not. If you're part of these hate groups, the restreamer watchers and all this, you're not normal. You're mentally deficient and you really should seek help. Because you're not having a normal human existence.
Can somebody tell me if leaving the house only once a week, ordering DoorDash several times weekly, and taking 4 hours to get groceries, and then just repeating everything nonstop on your live streams a normal existence? Can somebody please cue me in on that? I'm really confused.
I'm the one having a normal human existence. I got a happy home life. I get to stream games all day. What are you doing?
I'm stockpiling a collection of Fabergé eggs, Philip. That's exactly what I'm doing. You see how this man lives in like an alternate reality where everything he says and does is exactly correct to him because he's the main character and he does it and we're all fools for seeing, hey, there's some inconsistencies here. There's some very peculiar stuff going on. Why does this man do the things that he does? It just doesn't make sense to a normal onlooker. And that's why you have a Frederick Knudsen documentary that had 6 million views. And if he actually wanted to make another one on you, it would probably get double the amount because the stuff that you are doing is really just, you're losing your mind. It's very plain to see that, Philip. You need to cut back on the live streaming because otherwise it's not looking good for you. Seriously, get help. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching and sitting through this special edition of DSP Tries It or whatever he's doing. I don't know. I guess he's playing games or something. Maybe. I don't know. Just a reminder, like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments, and I will see you all next time. This is Robust turning off the station.
Roll, mash and move. Roll, mash and move. I said roll, and mash and move. When you're gonna lose, you gotta mash the move. You gotta roll, then mash the move.